Hey guys, welcome back to the Interceptor, and today we are here with some BG's matches. So these are the last two matches that happened this morning. I was out of town visiting my grandparents for Thanksgiving, and yes, I am actually at home right now. I don't live at home anymore. I moved away for university, but it is currently reading week. So that's why I'm here. But I've just kind of sped through the draft. So the night before, I was actually at a rating of 300. And I was like at the top of Mysterium 1. And then I lost 4 matches straight and I was down to 250. And then I won one and then I lost 2 in a row. So I was down to like 235, and I was scared that I was not going to make even Mysterium 1. My goal was to get the one above Mysterium 1. But at this point, I had very little time left, and I just had to win 2 more to guarantee myself to land in Mysterium 1. He goes Eye-Hulk on defense here, and I go for Bishop. I sped through the banning and the drafting, but I got a really good draft here. I got Kingpin, Doom, Spidey, and Herc as my rank 4. The only rank 4 that's not in my deck right now is Gambit, but the reason he's not in the deck is because I'm worried about the crits. And I'm sure he would do fine, but not really. Don't think he would do that much for this meta. I have used him in other metas, though. So we have Torch versus Eye-Hulk here, and this is actually a rank 4 Eye-Hulk. This is going to be a pretty lengthy fight, and he has Ultron versus Havoc. So all I am banking on here is Havoc going super passive and getting to L3, because with the prowesses, that would just insta-kill Ultron. But I also know that Ultron's going to heal from the energy damage, and he's never going to take detonation or anything like that. So really, this fight is just about how fast I can take down Eye-Hulk, not take too much damage. And I'm doing pretty well here, 25 seconds in. He's a third of the way down, on pace for about a 75-second kill. Here, I decide to throw my L2 right here, which is probably the right move. And then I'm going to go in for 2 hits. I was just waiting there so that I didn't kind of like awkwardly leave him in the middle of me dashing back. And then there I accidentally parried while trying to dash back. Better than getting hit, but still not ideal. I lost quite a bit of health. Here I was trying to push him to another L2, and this one we're actually going to evade correctly. We're going medium, light, medium. And General Torch just doesn't do Eye-Hulk very quickly. Throw another L2 here, going to push him to L2. Trying to get him to throw a special, but he's actually not going to throw a special. He's going to go straight to special 3. So I'm going to do my Omega Red combo, slowed down, and then here I'm going to hit into his block. And he actually drops. So, and we still lost, of course. I knew I would lose that one. He's healing because his Ultron is duped from the energy damage. And the Sig ability reduces duration of Incinerates. So I knew there was no chance of me winning that one. But now we have to win the last 2 rounds, and I actually think I could do it because he doesn't have any defenders left. I mean, you could call Yellow Jacket like borderline a defender, but not really. So I throw out Doom here, and I know 100% he's going Mr. Negative on attack, which is good because Mr. Negative was his second best attacker that was left. And I decided to go for Kingpin for this Yellow Jacket, my newly ranked 4 Kingpin, because I don't think that he can kill my Doom as fast as I can kill his Yellow Jacket, and that's honestly it. I'd ideally like Yellow Jacket to not throw any specials, any special 1s, but if he throws a special 1 or 2, that's not that big of a deal, but I'd rather push him to L2s. And we're just going to be spamming L1 as much as we can here. We're going to throw it right away, right here, because the DOT is actually a large part of Kingpin's damage. Here I was trying to not get him to throw the special 1, and we actually are able to land that heavy attack just to knock him down, which is like a higher chance for him to throw the special. And despite 2 prowesses, the L1 into the block does almost no damage here. We're able to throw 1 L1, and then I believe I'm just going to throw another one immediately. Yeah, perfect. So now he has no ability accuracy, no defensive ability accuracy, so my crits won't give him power gain or anything like that. As you can see right there. And we're able to throw another L1 at this point. I just don't want him to throw the special, so I block rather than risking parrying and him throwing a special. And we take him down, and if you finish at 100% and the other person hasn't finished, you already know you won. So at this point, I was looking into what I want to do for round 3. And being someone that uses Claire and Hood a lot, I know their offensive capabilities, and I know that despite class advantage, Hood or Claire versus Herc is a long fight. It's like 50 seconds minimum. Anything under that, and it's pretty suspicious, especially for a rank 4 Hercules on defense. He throws out Claire. That's what I thought he would do. And I actually thought for a while here I was between Spidey and Herc because I didn't know how fast Falcon could do Spidey, but I thought that would be too easy, so I decided on Herc. And I knew he would go Hood, but I was pretty certain that Hood versus Clairvoyant was faster than Hood versus Herc. And you're going to see if I was right or not, but we do go for it. I briefly considered Spidey 2099, but he's just way too slow. I do mess this fight up slightly. I definitely don't play it perfectly, but I get pretty good AI, despite the fact that Claire's going to spam special ones in this fight, which is really annoying. But I won't really be able to make many videos like this, and the videos that mostly because I can't record videos where I live now. I had to bring my computer and my monitor back home because I can't do schoolwork without it. So I had to bring it back for reading week. And here the buff immunity actually helped because I wasn't triggering Dex there, which was really nice. And then the only buff I really have in this fight is my miss. But at this point, I want to throw the heavy attack. Claire's not letting me. She's not hitting into me, and every time I dash it back, she's throwing a special 1, which is really annoying. So here I finally I land my heavy attack, 2%. Then I land a reparry, and I finish at 100%. So I really can't do better than that, and it was a 49-second fight, and Hood may be a monster, but Herc just delays it too much with the Infuriate, plus the fact that you have to reparry after you throw a special attack. You can bypass his immortality, of course, but it was still too slow, and he did lose quite a bit of damage on block. So we do end up taking home victory, and we go into our very last match, which ends up being versus someone you may have heard of. A former Summoner Showdown contestant himself, a Chorus. So we matched up against him. He does have a decent roster. I knew who his rank 4s were because I've seen him play a bunch of times. I've seen a bunch of his matches, and I was pretty happy with the bans I chose. I've had a little bit of trouble with Havoc, mostly because I don't run Omega Sentinel, Warlock, or Ultron in my deck. And Hercules is pretty sketchy versus Havoc in this meta. Usually it's fine. In the previous ones, in the Bulwark especially, it was really easy. But it's not quite as easy in this one. So the draft is definitely leaning towards him. And I do think that he got a better draft than me here, because we both have Sig 200 rank 4 things. So obviously neither of us want to ban them. And we both got them, which was nice. I noticed he got Falcon, but there is actually one upside to him getting Falcon. It's that if I don't place Thing on defense in the first 2 rounds, he can't use Falcon. And Falcon actually ends up being the only counter he gets that could even somewhat decently take Thing. So Sure, I'm kind of losing one of my defenders, but I chose 2 other defenders. And also, I'm kind of holding one of his champions hostage. So well, technically I only have 2 defenders. I bombed like borderline good defender. But we chose to go Penny first because I didn't really see who he would use. And honestly, I think his best option is to use Falcon versus Penny. I've done the fight before. It's like 65 seconds. You usually end with about 70% health on average. And he throws out long shot first, and I was pretty happy with this. I considered going Immortal Abomination for a little bit, and I actually also considered going for Diablo. And I'm sure they both would have done fine, but after I saw him using Stark Enhanced, I realized he's probably going to die, and if he doesn't die, he's going to take at least 90 seconds and lose like 20% health. So all I need to do is finish this fight with full health in a decent amount of time, and I probably win. And that's what the goal was. So we are going to switch instantly into our Incinerate mode as fast as I can. And I actually do get quite a bit of power gain activations. Plus he just randomly threw that L1 there. So I'm able to throw my first L2, and you'll see 20 seconds in, he's already down to 2/3. So all I need to do is throw 2 more special 2s and I'll be fine. He gets Pure of Heart there and then throws another L1 into my block, which is amazing. And then here I get another L2. I'm just going to throw it right away. Don't want to risk critting him and then getting a power gain and sending myself to a special 3. Here he throws another L1, which is great. I was trying to parry that and I was just a little bit late. But I'm still very high on health. Going to throw another L2 here. That is almost going to kill him. Got him so close. So now I just need to reparry. He ended up throwing a heavy instead of a second hit. And we finished the fight very quickly in 55 seconds. For that matchup, at least, that's very quick. And I knew I won. I knew there was no way he was ending with that much health versus a rank 3 6-star Penny with a rank 5 Stark Spidey. But I was taking a look at who he had, and I decided what I was going to do for the second round. So I was thinking I'd throw out Mephisto on defense. He'd probably use Scorpion, and then no matter who he used, I had a good counter for it. So I was going to use CGR for Kingpin, and I was going to use IA Bomb for Doom or Diablo for Thing, and I thought I was pretty happy with that. Obviously, CGR versus Kingpin wouldn't be great. I didn't really have that much of a better option, unfortunately. Yeah. I would have probably had to throw that round if he placed Kingpin here. The plan was if he placed Kingpin, I was probably going to place CGR on defense to throw the round, and then I'd win round 3. But he ends up going with Thing, so I thought, okay, I'll throw out Mephisto, and I don't think he is anyone that can do Mephisto faster than Diablo can do Thing. I still was expecting him to go for Scorpion here, but he's actually going to surprise me, and I believe he goes for Kingpin on attack, which was a really weird choice. I really do not like the matchup of Kingpin versus Mephisto. I don't think it's a very good one. While it is definitely possible, I think I've done it. I don't remember. It's just not a very good one. So we are going to go Diablo versus Thing, and I've done this matchup so many times. All I need to do is parry heavy until I'm at a special 3, throw the special 3, and he's close to dead. Sometimes I need to throw like a special 2 or something. And while I can't nullify him, which is why I didn't activate my pre-fight, because he is, of course, nullify immune, I am able to take advantage of the power gains expiring. So I just have to wait them out, and then I'll get a big burst of power when they do. But you'll see I'm already doing really good damage. Like 20 seconds in, I've taken off over 20%. So I'm on pace for like a sub 100 second fight, which is pretty nice. And then here I needed him to not throw the special, and he didn't, so I did my 3-hit combo. That was an accidental parry, and so was that. I was just trying to dash back, but he does throw it there. I'm going to counter with a heavy attack and then throw my special 3. Which is actually going to give me a regen, and I'm going to get back up to 100% because you get that from throwing any special attack. And the special 3 is also going to reapply a bunch of poisons. Unfortunately, it does do more than 300% of my base attack, so it is going to trigger protection, but I'm going to throw another heavy attack, and he's losing like 6,000 health per second from poison right here. So I go for an L1 right here. I do the quick cancel to get an extra vial. The poisons run out, and I am actually going to make a small mistake right here. I'm going to go medium, light, medium, and then because he's not throwing a special, I'm going to tap him. And now he throws a special, so what I have to do, I have to wait out the unstoppable. I wait it out, go for 2 more hits. He throws it. Thank God he threw that. That could have been bad, and I finished the fight. I probably lost about 20 seconds there. That's probably like a 75-second fight if fought perfectly. But Mephisto went straight to Special 3. So there we go. We get up to 280. Like I said, not the highest rating I ended up getting to. The highest rating I ended up getting to was over 300. Not over, I think it was like almost exactly 300. And here I was just checking how much room I had to fall. And I ended up finishing around rank 380th. So I did finish in Mysterium 1, so I am going to get 12,000 of the, what are they called? The victory marks or something. I honestly don't know what they're called. Which is a decent amount. That's all going to go through, go into R4 materials, and probably first it'll go into generic Sig Stones to get my Bishop up to Sig 200, because when I did buy 50, that is what they went into. They went into Bishop. So, yeah, that was pretty good. We finished off the season, like I said, Mysterium 1 around rank 380th. I was higher at the point where I got to 300. I was around 20th in Mysterium 1, so I was like a win and a half away from the top bracket, whatever that one's called. I don't remember. Celestial, I think. Honestly, I don't remember. But I'm pretty happy with this. And yeah, we were able to clutch it. That screenshot, or the screen recording from before, ended like 7 minutes before it, before Battlegrounds ended earlier today. And I could have done another match, but if I lose, I fall out of Mysterium 1, and if I win, I don't get up a bracket, so there's literally no reason for me to play. And I did end up resetting the game and checking right before Battlegrounds ended, like literally right as Battlegrounds ended, and I'd only fallen 2 spots since I had gotten into that spot 7 minutes prior. So there's no way I was going to fall an additional 20 spots out of Mysterium 1. And also, there's quite a good chance that maybe even a third or half of the people above me were cheating. So we may see me go a lot higher than this. I just don't know. But that is going to be all for this one. Like I said, very few videos are going to be recorded like this, very rarely. Sometimes when I have good Battlegrounds matches or against people that are like big in the community or big YouTubers, I'll just upload them, but they won't have commentary and a face cam like this. So that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all later.